Domestic violence is a problem in every town, but regional areas have the extra burden of isolation and a lack of services. One southern community is working towards safer arrangements for abuse victims. Family Services in the Huon Valley want a child contact centre where separated parents can safely transfer children. While there's grassroots support, there's no funding.
It's an idyllic setting, but for some, living in a sleepy town can become a nightmare. This domestic violence worker didn't want to be identified.
The isolation, there can be lack of services, and even if there are services, then people can have difficulty actually getting to them.
In a bid to make child handovers safer and less traumatic, Huon family groups want a service for separated parents.
Drop off their child at a certain time and the other parent comes maybe 15 minutes later, so that there is actually no meeting.
There are child contact centres in Hobart, Launceston and the Northwest. But for many parents in the Huon, time and transport problems mean the trip to Hobart's not an option.
They change over in public spaces such as supermarkets, car parks. A local service station has a CCTV, so that's a popular one.
A drop-off centre would require qualified workers.
We have a couple of services in the area that would be willing to address the need, but they have no funding.
Huon family groups say they'll have to seek federal funding. In a further blow for Southern Domestic Violence Services, funding has recently dried up for the Hobart-based Pets Aware program. The program arranged temporary accommodation for pets at animal shelters for people escaping domestic abuse.
They've stayed in situations that they shouldn't have been in for longer because they're concerned about what's going to happen to their companion animal and how their animal's going to be dealt with.
Some animal shelters do offer emergency accommodation, and the RSPCA plans to ramp up its crisis care programs next year. Emily Woodgate, ABC News.